Hello, my dears. Here I am explaining accounts of banking companies. Banks are required to prepare final accounts for each financial year. So, in our country, all the banks will prepare final accounts according to Banking Regulation Act 1949. So, here every bank has to prepare profit and loss accounts and balance sheet. In final accounts, profit and loss accounts and balance sheet has to prepare. So, these final accounts pro formas are given the Banking Regulation Act Schedule number 3. So, here Banking Regulation Act Schedule number 3, Form B represents profit and loss account pro forma and Form A represents balance sheet pro forma. Okay. So, here I prepared profit and loss account and balance sheet as per Banking Regulation Act. So, first profit and loss account, what are the items we take? So, first we take income. Okay. So, here for bank, the incomes mainly two types. Okay. Number one, interest on and other income. Okay. So, here interest on, the schedule number is 13. According to schedule number 13, we take interest on amount, and according to schedule number 14, we take other income. Okay. So, after the income, the second heading is expenditure. Okay. So, here expenditure also mainly divide into two types. Okay. That is number one, interest expended as per schedule number 15, and schedule number 16, operating expenses. Okay. So, after this expenditure, we show provisions and contingencies. Okay. So, if any provision and contingencies given, we take here. Next, number 3, profit or loss. So, under profit or loss, we take net profit for the year. That means present year profit and profit or loss brought forward. So, here profit or loss brought forward means last year profit or loss we take. Then we calculate the total profit or loss. Next, fourth heading, appropriations. Under appropriations, okay, so we transfer to statutory reserve, or we also transfer for government or proposed dividend and any other reserve. Okay. So, this is the pro forma profit and loss account. So, here briefly I am going to explain what are the items we take under these schedules. Okay, each schedule. First, interest earned. So, under interest earned schedule, we take the interest amount. Okay, interest amount or discount on advances and bills. Next, also we take income on investments. Okay, any interest on balances with Reserve Bank of India, okay, and other interbank funds, that is also comes under interest on schedule. Okay. Next, under other income. Okay, under other income, so what are the main items means commission, exchange and brokerage. Okay, commission, exchange and brokerage, and also we take profit on sale of investments, profit on revaluation of investments, profit on sale of any fixed assets. Okay, etc. items we take under schedule number 14. Okay. If any loss is there, if any loss on sale of fixed assets, that amount we have to deduct from profit amount, the net amount only we have to take. Okay. So, clearly the problem will explain that point. Next, schedule number 15. Under schedule number 15, okay, what are the main items means interest on deposits. It may be saving deposit or current deposit. Okay, any deposit interest amount is paid means that comes under schedule number 15. Next, operating expenses. Okay, excluding interest, if any other expenditure is there, that all other expenditures comes under schedule number 16. For example, rent, rates, taxes, printing and stationery, advertisement, depreciation. Okay, director fee, auditor fee, law charges, postage, telegram, telephone. Okay, repairs, insurance and any other expenditure comes under schedule number 16. Okay. Next, provisions and contingencies. So, what are the main items comes under provisions and contingencies means like provision for bad and doubtful debts. Okay, or provision for taxation. Okay, the type of provisions and contingencies. Okay, contingencies, transfer to contingencies comes under here. Okay. Next, the third heading, okay, we are taking net profit for the present year. Okay, so how we get net profit for the present year means from total income. Okay, so from total income, by deducting total expenditure, we get present year profit. Okay, so in the question, if already they gave last year profit or loss, okay, that profit or loss we add to present year profit, then we get the total profits. Okay, so from the total profits we have to provide appropriations. So here in appropriation, what is compulsory appropriation? What is compulsory we have to transfer means statutory reserve according to Banking Regulation Act. Okay, compulsory all the banks have to transfer the fixed rate, that is 25 percentage. Okay, so from total present year profit we have to transfer 25 percentage amount to statutory reserve. Okay, if any other reserves specifically mentioned in the problem means, okay, that reserves also we have to transfer, like government or proposed dividend or any other reserves. If mentioned, we transfer, otherwise not required. But what is compulsory means from present year profit, transfer of 25 percentage amount to statutory reserve is mandatory. Okay, right. Next, balance sheet. Right. So here we prepare balance sheet as per schedule number 3 form A. So in balance sheet, first we take capital and liabilities. Okay, so what is the first heading? Capital and liabilities. Under capital and liabilities, capital as per schedule number 1. Okay, schedule number 1 is capital. Next, schedule number 2 is reserves and surplus, and schedule number 3 is deposits, and schedule number 4 is borrowings, and schedule number 5 other liabilities and provisions. Okay, next, second heading is assets. Okay, so under assets we take all the assets. As per schedule number 6 we take cash and balances with RBI, and as per schedule number 7 we take balances with other banks and money at call and short notice. Next, as per schedule number 8 we take investments, and schedule number 9 is advances, schedule number 10 is fixed assets, schedule number 11 is other assets. Okay, at last we take schedule number 12 contingent liabilities. Okay, so this is balance sheet schedules. So briefly I'm going to explain what are the important items comes under each schedule. So first, under capital. So here under capital schedule what we take? The capital. Okay, the capital of bank. So it may be subscribed capital, issued capital, okay, called up capital and paid up capital. All the capital amount we take under schedule number 1. Next, schedule number 2. Under schedule number 2 we take the reserves. Okay, like statutory reserve. In profit and loss account we transfer no statutory reserve, that comes under schedule number 2. Next, also capital reserve. Okay, next, securities premium, revenue and other reserves comes under schedule number 2. Okay, if any adjustments are there we have to adjust to concern reserves and surplus. Okay, so in the problem will explain clearly. Next, schedule number 3. Under schedule number 3 we take all the deposits. Okay, here deposits types. What are the deposits types? Like saving bank deposit, term deposits. Okay, so all the deposits comes under schedule number 3. Next, schedule number 4. Under schedule number 4 we take borrowings. Okay, borrowings in India or borrowings outside India also we take under schedule number 4. Okay, next, schedule number 5. Under schedule number 5, here what are the main points means uh, other liabilities and provisions. Here other liabilities and provisions means like bills payable. Okay, bills payable or accrued interest, okay, inter office adjustments. Okay, like that liabilities we take under schedule number 5. Next, in assets, schedule number 6. Under schedule number 6 we take cash and balances with RBI. Okay, so cash in hand and balances with RBI, okay, comes under schedule number 6. Next, schedule number 7, balances with banks except RBI. Okay, balances with other banks and money at call and short notice. Okay, this also comes under schedule number 7. Okay, next, schedule number 8. Schedule number 8, investments. All the investments in India and outside India comes under schedule number 8. Okay, like government securities, shares, debentures, okay, etc. Next, schedule number 9. Schedule number 9 is advances. Okay, so what are the main items in under advances schedule means like bills purchased and discounted. Okay, cash credits, overdrafts and loans repayable on demand, term loans. Okay, advances in India and advances outside India and secured by tangible assets, covered by bank or government guarantees, unsecured. Okay, this also comes under schedule number 9. In the problem again I will explain clearly. Next, schedule number 10. under schedule number 10, okay, we write fixed assets. Here schedule number 10 is fixed assets now, so we take all the fixed assets under schedule number 10, like freehold premises, furniture and fixtures, plant and machinery, like that. Next, schedule number 11. Here schedule number 11 is other assets. Okay, excluding the fixed assets, all the other assets comes under schedule number 11. For example, accrued interest, okay, non-banking assets, all the non-banking assets, and inter-office adjustments, okay, tax paid in advance, uh, that type of assets comes under schedule number 11. Okay, next, schedule number 12. As per regulation act, we have to show contingent liabilities, the schedule number 12. Okay, but this amount we not take in totaling. Okay, schedule number 12, contingent liabilities. For example, bills for collection. For contingent liabilities, best example, bills for collection, and acceptances, endorsements, and guarantees. Okay, guarantees. Okay, this type of contingent liabilities we take under schedule number 12. Okay, so these are the schedules which comes in accounts of banking companies in profit and loss accounts and balance sheet. So remember, my dears, from schedule number 1 to 12, schedule number 1 to 12 comes in balance sheet, and schedule number 13 to 16, your profit and loss account starts with schedule number 13 and ends with schedule number 16. Okay, so this is very important. So if you understand this pro forma, we can understand the problems easily. So in your textbook also clearly given these pro formas and schedules. Okay, what are the items we take under each and every schedule, very clearly given. So before solving the problems, to understand the problems, by heart all the schedules which are given in your textbook, on page number 11 in fourth unit, page number 11 to uh, 18, page number 11 to 18, profit and loss accounts schedules are given, and from page number 19, page number 19 to 23, balance sheet schedules are given. If you want the explanation, the meanings, that meanings also given in your textbook very clearly from page number 23. So once read out this all the theory part. Okay, right, let's we start one problem. In your textbook, the problem number 12, so very important problem I am going to explain. This problem number 12 in page number 58. Right, first see the question. From the following ledger balances of Hyderabad Bank Limited as on 31st March 2017, prepare the profit and loss account and the balance sheet. Okay, right. Fixed deposit, saving deposits, current accounts, money at call and short notice, investments, interest accrued and paid, payment to employees, rent rates, taxes and lighting, general expenses, dividend for 2016 to 17. Next, premises. Your premises value given 600,000. In bracket, they mention after 50,000 depreciation up to 31st March 2016. So here present year is 31st March 2017, means 16 to 17. But here after 50,000 depreciation up to 31st March 2016 means that is last year depreciation amount. After deducting the last year depreciation amount, present year premises value is 600,000. This amount only we take in present year final accounts. Next, cash in hand, cash at reserve bank, cash at other banks, borrowed from banks. Okay. Next, share capital. In share capital, 5,000 equity shares of 100 rupees each, only 50 rupees paid. So we collected, I mean, paid up capital is 250,000. Next, statutory reserve, profit and loss account credit on 1st April 2016. So here remember, my dears, 2016, 1st April 2016 profit and loss account credit balance means this is last year profit, last year balance. Okay, so in the problem last year balance also given now, so we add this amount to present year profit, then we get total profit. Next, bills payable, unclaimed dividends, sundry creditors, bills for collection. Okay, bills for collection is what? Bills for collection is contingent liability. Next, acceptances on behalf of customers. Okay, of acceptances on behalf of customers also what? Example for contingent liability only. So it comes under schedule number 12. Next, non-banking assets, bills discounted and purchases. Okay, so here bills for collection is different, bills discounted and purchase is different. Okay, next, loans, overdrafts and cash credits, interest and discounts. So this is the information, and additional information also given. Rebate on bills discounted amounted to 2500. So remember my dears, all the adjustments we record twice. So here rebate on bills discounted amounted to 2500 rupees. So this amount we need to adjust. Okay, next, allow 5% depreciation on premises. This depreciation amount we adjust to premises value. But here one condition is given, allow 5% depreciation on premises on original cost. This is very important, not on present value. How to calculate on original cost. Next, so how to get original cost in the problem will explain. Provide 25,000 for doubtful debts. These are the adjustments. Okay, right. First, we have to prepare the final accounts and all the schedules. Okay, total how many schedules? 16 schedules we have to prepare. So here I prepared profit and loss account and balance sheet. So in working notes, I prepared all the 16 schedules. Okay, so what is schedule number 1? Capital. Schedule number 2, reserves and surplus. Schedule number 3, deposits. Schedule number 4, borrowings. 5, other liabilities and provisions. 6, cash and balances with RBI. 7, balances with banks, money at call and short notice. Next, schedule number 8, investments. Schedule number 9, advances. Schedule number 10, fixed assets. Schedule number 11, other assets. 12, contingent liabilities. Schedule number 13, interest on, and schedule number 14, other income. Okay, now I'm recording the items in concern schedules. First, fixed deposit. Okay, so here what is the deposit schedule number? Deposit schedule number is 3. Okay, it may be fixed deposit or saving deposit or current account deposit. So these all comes under schedule number 3 only. So first of all we have to post into uh, related schedules. After closing all the schedules, we transfer to final accounts. So in schedule number 3, deposits, fixed deposit 325,000, amount is given in 1000, right. Next, saving deposits 1775,000. Next, current account deposits 3,875,000. Next, money at call and short notice. So money at call and short notice, what is the schedule number? Schedule number 7. See, schedule number 7, balances with banks and money at call and short notice. Money at call and short notice 240,000. Next, investments. Investment schedule number is 8. So investment schedule, like the investments, the amount is 1550,000. Next, interest accrued and paid. Interest accrued and paid. So that comes under schedule number 15. Right. Interest paid. Interest received means what is the schedule number? The schedule number 13. The interest paid means schedule number 15. 100,000. Next, payment to employees. Okay. All other expenditure excluding interest, all other expenditure comes under schedule number 16. We treat as operating expense. So here payment to employees I'm taking under schedule number 16, 40,000. Next, rent, taxes and lighting, also schedule number 16. The amount is 10,000. Next, general expenses. So schedule number 16, 5,000. Dividend for 2016 and 17. Okay, dividend for 2016 and 17, 25,000 rupees. So my dears, remember dividend. So dividend where we take means direct we record in profit and loss accounts. Okay, in profit and loss accounts under appropriations. Okay, proposed dividend, that is proposed dividend amounts 25,000. Here I am taking 25,000. Okay, next, premises amount is 600 rupees. So premises means what? Fixed assets. So it comes under schedule number 10. In schedule number 10, I'm taking premises. In inner column taking, because adjustment is there, no depreciation amount we have to deduct. So I'm taking in inner column 600 rupees. Sorry, 600,000. Next, cash in hand. So here cash in hand, what is the schedule number 6? Cash in hand 75,000. Next, cash at reserve bank. Okay, cash at reserve bank also comes under schedule number 6. Other banks comes in schedule number 7, but cash at reserve bank or RBI comes under schedule number 6 only, 705,000. Next, cash at other banks. Yes, cash at other banks, schedule number 7, that is 520,000. Next, borrowed from banks. All the borrowings comes under schedule number 4. Borrowed from banks 280,000. Next, share capital 5,000 equity share capital. Okay, so what is the capital schedule number? Yes, schedule number 1, equity share capital. Equity share capital. Okay, direct I am taking the paid up capital, that is 250,000. Next, statutory reserve. So statutory reserve and other all the reserves comes under schedule number 2, statutory reserve. So here statutory reserve, remember my dears, we have to take in inner column. This is the opening balance. Okay, because in profit and loss accounts, from present year profits we have to transfer 25% amount. Now again this 25% we have to add to that opening balance. So that's why I have taken in inner column. Next, profit and loss accounts on 1st April 2016 credit balance. 1st April 2016 means last year balance. So last year balance where we take, direct we take in profit and loss account under third heading, profit or loss brought forward, last year profit, that is 130,000. Okay, next, bills payable. Bills payable is other liability, so it comes under schedule number 5, bills payable. The amount is 400,000. Next, unclaimed dividends. So unclaimed dividends also other liability. The amount is 5,000 only. Next, sundry creditors. Sundry creditors is what? Also liability. So we take under other liability schedule sundry creditors. The amount is 225,000. Bills for collection. Okay, so already explained bills for collection. Bills for collection is what? Contingent liability. So I'm taking schedule number 12, bills for collection 70,000. Next, acceptances on behalf of customer. So remember my acceptances. Acceptances also contingent liability. So it comes under schedule number 12, acceptances on behalf of customers 100,000. Next, non-banking assets. So here remember fixed assets is schedule number 10, but non-banking assets schedule number 11. Here non-banking assets comes under schedule number 11. Is other assets only. Non-banking assets. Non-banking assets means not fixed assets. 120,000. Next, bills discounted and purchased. So bills discounted and purchased comes under schedule number 9. Bills discounted and purchased 250,000. Next, loans, overdrafts and cash credits. So here loans, overdrafts and cash credits, credit card facility. So that is also comes under schedule number 9. Is advance only. Loans, overdrafts and cash credits. So all are short term liabilities. So short term assets. Okay. Customer point of view liability, but bank point of view asset now. So it comes under schedule number 9. Next, interest and discount. So here interest and discount is a major income. So it comes under schedule number 13. Interest and discounts. So your interest and discounts taking an inner column because one adjustment is there 325,000. Okay, right. Now additional information. Rebate on bills discounted amounted to 2,500 rupees. Rebate means what? Discount. Okay, rebate means what? Discount. So rebate on bills discounted amounted to 2,500 rupees. We have to deduct. Okay, so we have to deduct from, yes, from discount amount 325,000 is there now. So minus rebate 2,500. 2,500 means in thousands 2.5. Okay, so remember rebate on bills discounted, how we adjust means one time we deduct from interest and discount, one time we deduct from discount amount. Okay, so in outer column what is the balance? 2.5 minus means, it's 322.5. Next is adjustment now. So next second time we record in schedule number 5. Also it comes in schedule number 5. Rebate on bills discounted 2.5. Okay, rebate on bills discounted one time we deduct from interest and discount, I mean this from discount. Next to second time we take under schedule number 5, means other liabilities and provisions. Next, the adjustment allow 5% depreciation on premises on original cost depreciation. Okay, so depreciation, okay, from related asset we have to deduct under schedule number 10. The fixed asset value is given uh, after depreciation 600, but in adjustment what they gave, yes, depreciation is provided on original cost. Okay, so to calculate depreciation, suppose original cost is not mentioned means direct we calculate on 600,000, but on original cost is mentioned now. So first we need to calculate original cost. How to get original cost? See here 600,000 premises value is given after deducting 50,000 depreciation. Okay, so before the deduction of this depreciation amount, okay, that value is 650,000 now. That value is called original cost. Okay, so what is original cost? After depreciation the value is 600. This is present value. Okay, to present value by adding the last year depreciation amount we get the original cost of the asset. So 600 plus last year depreciation amount 50,000 means 50 equal to 650,000. So on 650,000 we calculate 5 percentage depreciation. Okay, so here 5 percentage means how much? Yes, 32.5. So what is the net amount in outer column? 567.50. Okay. Next, the last adjustment. Provide 25,000 for doubtful debts. So remember, my dears, provide 25,000 for doubtful debts. Doubtful debts provision. Provision for doubtful debts. Okay. So we take directly in profit and loss account one time here. Profit and loss account under provisions and contingencies. The amount is 25,000. 25,000. So it is given in adjustment now. So second time it comes the schedule number 5. So schedule number 5, other liabilities and provisions. Provisions for doubtful debts 25,000. Okay, this is a problem, right? So first I'm closing all the schedules except reserves and surplus, because in reserves and surplus present year, okay, profit we have to take, and statutory reserve amount also we have to take. So first close schedule number 1, total 250. Okay, next schedule number 3. Schedule number 3, the total is yes 5975. Next schedule number 4, 280,000, and schedule number 5, the total is 657.50. Next schedule number 6, the total is 780,000, and schedule number 7, total is 760,000. Then schedule number 8, only one item is there. Next schedule number 9, total 3,750. In fixed assets also only one asset is there, 567.50. Other assets 120,000. Contingent liabilities total 170. Your interest on 322.50. Other income, your other income is not there, nil. Next interest expended total is 100,000. The last schedule is schedule number 16, total is 55,000. Now these schedules totals I'm posting in final accounts. Okay, schedule wise I'm posting. So first schedule number 1, this is schedule number 1, total 250 here, 250. Next schedule number 3, 5975. Next schedule number 4, total is 280. Next schedule number 5, total is 657.5. Okay, liabilities complete. Now assets, the schedule number 6, total 780,000. So here I'm taking the amounts in thousands, need to mention here. Okay, next schedule number 7, total is 760,000. Then schedule number 8, investments. Investment total is 1550,000. Next schedule number 9, total is 3750. Next schedule number 10, fixed assets total 567.5. Next other assets, schedule number 11, total is 120,000. Okay, so after the total, under the total, below the total, we take contingent liabilities as per schedule number 12. So that amount is 170,000. should not add this contingent liabilities in this total. Okay, next, profit and loss account schedules starts with schedule number 13. So what's the schedule number 13 total? 322.50 thousands. Next, other income is nil. Schedule number 14 nil. Next, schedule number 15 100,000, and schedule number 16 55,000. Right, except reserves and surplus, all the schedules totals we entered. Okay, so first we have to close profit and loss account. So here profit and loss account, schedule number 13 and 14, income related schedules, total is 322.50, and expenditure total is, yes, expenditure total is 180,000. Okay, next, sorry, here operating expenses total is not 55,000. We forgot to take one item, depreciation. Okay, in additional information, depreciation on premises given now, so we calculated, but we recorded only under schedule number 10. We adjusted here only one time we recorded. Okay, second time where it comes means under schedule number 16, operating expenses. So depreciation on premises, here depreciation on premises amount is 32.5. So the total is 87.5. Okay, operating expenses total is 87.5. Then what is the total expenditure? Total expenditure is 212. Okay, now total expenditure is 212.50. Next, profit. Net profit for the present year. What is the net profit? How we get net profit means from total income by deducting total expenditure, we get present year profit. So here total income is 322.5 and total expenditure is 212.5. So what is the present year profit means? 110,000. Okay, income is more now, so we get profit only, that is 110,000. So remember my dears. Okay, so here from present year profit, here present year profit is 110,000 now. So from this we transfer 25 percentage of the amount. Okay, that is mandatory as per regulation act 1949. So 110,000 into 25 percentage of amount, that is 27.5. 27.5. Okay, we transfer to statutory reserve. Okay, now this is compulsory and no need to mention in the question. Even though in the question is not mentioned, it is mandatory to transfer 25 percentage of the amount to statutory reserve from present year profit. Right, now what is the total profit? 240. Okay, so the same amount we take again here, 240,000. So in 240,000 already we transfer 27.50. Okay, and 25,000 we transfer to proposed dividend, and the remaining balance, okay, other reserves here not given now. So the remaining balance, that is 187.5. That remaining balance where we transfer means we transfer to balance sheet. Okay, now balance transfer to balance sheet. Okay, so in balance sheet where we record that balance. Okay, one schedule we not close now. What is that schedule? Schedule number 2, reserves and surplus. So it comes in reserves and surplus schedule, schedule number 2. Here balance the profit and loss account. Which balance? This balance, what 187.5. Okay, next, statutory reserve opening balance is given in the question, 150,000 given now, and present year we transfer 27.5. So this amount we added to opening balance. Okay, additions during the year 27.5. So in outer column 177.5. Now close schedule number 2, reserves and surplus. Understood now? Okay, so first we have taken statutory reserve opening balance, which is given in the question. Next we added additions amount. Okay, what is the addition amount? Present year 25% of the profit. Okay, and also we take balance, which we got in profit and loss account. Okay, so total schedule number 2 is 365,000. Now transfer this amount balance sheet 365. Now we close all the liabilities and assets. So here the liabilities total, I'm getting 7,527.50, right? Next, assets total same, 7527.50. Okay, so this is the preparation of final accounts in banking companies. Okay, so here title, in title how to mention the bank name is given in the question. It is Hyderabad Bank Limited. Hyderabad Bank Limited profit and loss account for the year ending 31st March 2017. Here also Hyderabad Bank Limited balance sheet as on 31st March 2017. Okay, in next video one more problem I am going to explain. Okay, so practice a similar problem which are given in the textbook. Thank you.